Hi, I'm Charlie and I'm with Coin Reviews, and today we're going to use nano cryptocurrency to talk about researching a blockchain project's GitHub and why you might want to do that. So to begin with, GitHub is basically a code collaboration platform and social networky kind of thing for programmers. It's a place where projects can kind of keep all of their code in one place, and different people working on different parts of the project can upload it to this sort of central repository there on GitHub. So why do you care about that if you're just a crypto investor and not a programmer? GitHub can be a good first indication of how active development on a project really is. Now, you shouldn't use this as a absolutely yes or no invest button, because not every project is going to be on GitHub at all, and not everybody is going to be sharing all of their work on GitHub necessarily, but it's a good first indication. So we're going to use Nano and we're going to take a look at that. Let's pretend we're researching the currency Nano and see what we can learn from the GitHub. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually look up their team. So as you can see, I've just Googled here nano currency team. And of course, the first thing that pops up is this team link right here. So if you click that, you get here, and this is the Nano development team. And sometimes on this page, you might see links right here next to the developers to their GitHub accounts. So that can be really useful. You can see what they're working on. But the Nano guys don't have that, but they do have their names. So we can take a look at some of these names and we see who is working on this project. So great, we now know who should be working on Nano and who should be doing stuff here. So let's go back to Google and we're just going to search for nano currency GitHub or nano GitHub, whatever the name of your project is, GitHub. And when you do that, you should find their GitHub account. Now with Nano, it's a little weird because it used to be called Rayblox. But let's just click on this first one and see what we get. And indeed, that takes us to the GitHub for Nano or Rayblox. So it's the same thing, it's just two different names. So the project is called Rayblox because I think they set this up before they changed their name to Nano. So what do we have here? We've got all kinds of crazy nonsense. If you're not a coder, this all means nothing to you, but that's fine because we don't care about that. What we really want to look at if we're trying to figure out how actively things are happening is, let's click right here on commits. And commit just basically refers to like a change that's been made to this project. So by looking at the commits, we can get a basic idea of like what's happening and what are people actually doing. So here we've come up with, these are the commits for Rayblox, and we can scroll down and we can see this through time. So what are we actually looking at? Here you can see a description of what's been done. And obviously you can look at this in more depth, but we really don't need to. Really all you need to do is look at, or all I would suggest is looking at the date, maybe what's been done if that's something that's important to you, and look at who is doing it specifically. So we can see there were some changes to Nano on April 23rd, and then again on the 21st, back on the 20th, on the 19th, on the 18th. There's a whole lot of stuff going on the 17th, a bunch more stuff. So we can conclude that this is being pretty actively developed. We can see all these changes that are being made every single day. And a lot of these changes are coming from this user, and that username sounds an awful lot like this guy, the creator and lead developer of Nano. So that makes a lot of sense. We can see that the project is being frequently updated, and one of the guys who's making those frequent updates is indeed the founder and lead developer on the project. So that's just a really quick and easy way through Google to look into a project and see what's being changed. Is there development happening? Is there not? Particularly with an ICO, I would say if you're considering investing in a crypto project, it's a good idea to try to do this. And again, you can't necessarily draw any conclusions if you don't find anything, but if you do find something, then that will help reinforce your decision that this is an actively being developed project that you might want to invest in. And if you don't, maybe you want to dig a little deeper to find out if there's a reason why they don't have anything going on their GitHub or something like that. So it's really a good early place to start off in your research. And even if you don't know anything about code and you never used GitHub, it's pretty easy to just find the project, check out the commits, and then see what's going on, check the dates and see if things are happening often, or if it's, if you find the project and it hasn't been updated in 6 months, that's probably a red flag, right? Also, just take note of this little logo up here when you're looking at the team page. You might see that little logo as one of their sort of social accounts, especially for the developers. Some projects share those links, some don't. Obviously here Nano doesn't, but you will find projects that do. So that can make it even easier. You just look at the team, you click right on the developer's GitHub, and you can see what they've been doing, what they've been updating. So that is a quick introduction to GitHub, what it is, and why you should use it for your crypto research.